Here's something else I wanted to talk to Jeff Goodman about. It's currently 4 o'clock Mountain Time. We're running just a few minutes overtime here on the Total Theater Tony Show on uncradio.com. I'm Dave Lefkowitz, the host of this program, which you can also listen to on Channel 3 if you are dorming at UNC, this fine university. And just want to also remind you that we will be archiving as much of the show as we can. I think most of it got recorded. So in a day or two, if you want to come back and hear some portions that you missed or hear them again or tell people to listen in, we'll try and post it on the net for you. But one thing I wanted to talk to Jeff about is this sort of a new trend. It's one thing, and has happened for years, when you have a hit off-Broadway show, it will, if it has an audience and if it has the money behind it, it'll move to Broadway. That's a pretty natural progression. But what we're having is now this other direction is kind of moving in the other way. So you'll have a show that succeeds on Broadway and runs for a little while, and then doesn't want to vanish completely, so it will move off Broadway. They did it with Avenue Q, they did it with the 39 Steps, and we just learned this week that they're doing it with $1 Million Quartet, which is closing in June and then will move in July. And also, they're doing it with really your favorite musical, Jeff, Rent.
Yeah.
So what
actually, $1 Million Quartet, I believe, is closing tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, okay.
At the Nederlander. There tomorrow, and then moving. It's going to open in mid-July at the New World Stages. But what's really interesting is they just seem to be moving to the New World Stages. It's not anywhere else off Broadway. It's like, okay, if you have a long run on Broadway and can't afford it, move to the New World Stages.
Well, I think you explained the reason.
We'll take care of you.
Well, I think you explained to me the reason for that is that New World Stages is essentially the Weislers, who are Broadway-producing people. Right?
I didn't hear you at all.
I'm sorry. That New World Stages is owned and operated by Barry and Fran Weisler.
Yes.
So they have this experience, all these years of producing for Broadway. So there's probably this way of doing it that works out, where you can bring a Broadway show to off-Broadway and have it make some money.
Yes, that's true.
Cool. Okay. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry. You have no idea what's going on right now.
I just lock yourself in a room somewhere.
I'm not like home in an office or something like that.
Okay. Well, the one other thing I want to...
Talking around me, so it's hard to talk. But
yeah,
Barry and Fran Weisler do things, and they're also one of the producers of Chicago. They are the producers of the current revival of Chicago. Mm-hmm. And be quiet. Oh God. Hello.
Jeff.
I'm telling you, I have to walk out of my car and walk on the streets of Bedford-Stuyvesant right now. This, in itself, is this radio show. This is absolutely one of the things. I brought a friend with me to help me who didn't help me. He fell asleep the entire time. And I was talking on the phone in the car. Anyway. I couldn't hear you. I can't hear you when people are talking all around me.
Yeah, that would be the case, Jeff. Wow, what an interesting end to our Tony show.
What happened is the Weislers are now producing off-Broadway. I believe they still on New World Stages. And so that's what's happening. They're saying, hey, don't spend all that money with Broadway. Come over here. And believe it or not, Rent is opening in the theater. It's going to have New World Stages as of mid-July. We'll have Rent, $1 Million Quartet,
Avenue Q.
39 Steps just closed. And they have one other.
Oh, was there another one that came there?
I forgot. I'm trying to remember.
Probably. But let me ask you, Jeff, before we have to go, I do want you to tell rather quickly, but one of the reasons that Rent is your favorite show, aside from the fact that, you love the story, you love the story.
God. The first time I saw Rent, it was just opening off Broadway. It was like within its first 3 or 4 performances. I don't know if many critics were coming to it, because they said it's an updated version of La La Land, which I thought interesting, but I guess most people didn't. So I went to the theater, and it was so snowy that winter. I forget whether it was February 12th or February 22nd. It was either Washington or Lincoln's birthday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I went to the theater. It was snowy. Oh, my God, it was such a big snowstorm. I parked right in front of the theater. I got there early, and the press agent greets me. He goes, well, did you hear about what happened to the author? And I said, no, what happened? Well, he died a couple of days ago. I go, wow, really? Oh, that's terrible. And so I just went. I was reading, and I don't remember the theater being packed at all, but it was so... Ren was one of the shows where you get so sucked into it. At least I did the first time, because I expected nothing. And I got so sucked into it that I didn't even realize there were people around me, or not. So, but I don't remember too many people there, because I think a lot of people just stayed away because it was so snowy. But it was just me and the cast. It was just but I mean, it wasn't, but to me, I was just like sucked right into it, First Rent, and I go, that's a good song, and Tango Marine, that's a good song. I go, when is this thing getting bad? And I just thought it was spectacular. It just spoke to me. Unfortunately, I think it's becoming a little dated, and I think because Jonathan Larson passed away, and the director's not always there, the Broadway production kind of went downhill. Especially when they had, the boy band people in it, stuff like that. They were doing things like in the middle of La Vie Boheme, they talk about that, they sing about it, but they're not supposed to actually moon the people. But towards the end, a lot of people decide they want to moon the audience.
Oh, wow.
So I said, great fun, how fun. and it was ruining it. But so I'm very interested to see what Rent is like now in a new production, because I wonder if it's going to be like Chorus Line, which came back kind of dated and was done as a period piece, and it only works as a period piece now.
Yeah. You've also got Hair.
Dramatic when you first see it.
Yeah, but you've also got Hair, which they brought back as sort of a period piece, but.
I'm sorry, I had someone screaming at me. Can I help you with that? What'd you say again?
well, Jeff, you know what? It's 4:06, so we got to go anyway. But I want to thank you for being.
But I always ruined your show. For years, I ruined your show.
That's right. Well, it wouldn't be you if you weren't ruining another episode of Dave's Gun. I'm kidding. It's great to talk to you, Jeff. Have a good one, my friend. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, listen, we must do this again sometime.
Yeah, maybe in a year when we were actually in a quiet room on a real telephone. And I have a working telephone.
With me, the timing is nothing.
Yeah. Talk to you later, Jeff. Bye-bye now.
Okay, you take care.